Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today we are out here playing with the Axial Capra, but there have been some changes made to this truck as it no longer has rear steer on it right now. I tore the rear axle off of my competition crawler and put four-wheel steer on that. So right now the Capra is front steering only with a dig unit. Truck is super fun, still super capable. I used to run it in this configuration, although I didn't used to have 2.2-inch tires. We're gonna see what we can force it up today, see what kind of crazy lines we can come up with. We're out here in the Coyote Canyon area. It's a super fun white sandstone area, but coming out to Coyote Canyon, it's for sure going to be a good time. All right, dudes, jumping right into it. We're in the bottom of this big gnarly canyon and we're gonna snake our way through, see if we can find the line up to the top. So going right into this little U-shaped wedge. It's a steep climb. It's a good chance that the truck can flip over backwards doing this kind of stuff. Just like that. The suspension's starting to unload. See if we can get one of the tires up, help the other one climb. All right, here we go. Now I can see what's going on down in here. I may actually try and get the passenger up on the wall and then just swing it back driver as we come up. There's my traction, I just need it to go. Oh, that was so close. Here we go, it's gonna square up. Oh, that was so close, guys. All right, we got up that first ledge. Now we're so steep up here. I don't want to have to take her a strong reverse here because I'll end up in the bottom. Woo, Pitbull's got us through. Sweet. Trying to straddle over this next little crack here. Awesome, awesome stuff. Nice, that's fairly impressive. You guys may notice that my hood is slightly popped open. That's because I forgot to grab some hood clips before I hiked over to where I wanted to crawl. So we'll just try and keep this thing on all four wheels and tires so that my battery doesn't come flying out. The batteries that I run are a 3S 1300 milliamp smart battery. So if you guys are looking for, what I really like about the 1300s is that they're small and lightweight, but also they charge really fast. So like I'd go out, get a full hour run time with one of the batteries. I usually bring 2 to 3 out, and then I can charge them back up in like 30 minutes. I just love watching the suspension work like that. All sidewall loaded up, fully stretched out. Pull up, pull up. No, both tires dropped into the underhang. Oh, that back tire may come up. Okay, let's see what kind of line we can try once we got our front end up. Let's try the other side of the wall. So I've never wheeled this stuff before, guys. I don't know any secret lines through here. We just got to figure out what works. There's a good chance we're going to tip right here. Just trying to keep it on all fours. Not happening. See if we can back our way back onto our tires. Perfect, nice save. Nice and controlled. This may sound super obvious, guys, but there's so much control in just being able to see where you need your wheels and tires. I know it sounds kind of dumb to say it out loud, but like on something like an obstacle like that, if you can get down low and watch what the rear tires are trying to do, it's really going to make a big difference in what kind of obstacles you actually will conquer. For example, let's swing our passenger rear. This is so much easier with rear steer. Swing our passenger rear and try and catch that little rock formation right in front of the passenger rear tire. See if that pulls it up. It did, but the front end didn't stick. So it's all about weight transfer and keeping pressure on tires you want. Try and climb up this side and then work our way over. All right, well, I really wanted to kind of go up that undercut, but that just may not be the line for here, so I'm thinking the easiest way out looks like it's right here. We're gonna find out and just let this thing claw for traction and see where the line is. Try not to bump anything too hard if I don't have to. That's why. If that front end would just stay planted, we'd get it right there. There we go. Bumped our way up, and we still got a good chunk of that underhang. For whatever reason, there's a stack of rocks right here, and it looks intentional, so let's just try and drive over them. Not doing a good job keeping it on all four today. Guess we'll have to squeeze up and around that. We're going to use our rocker panel to keep us upright. Use that front end to pull it around. Just trying to pivot off of this slider boat side built right into the frame. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Our front end's in a little trouble. Here we go. And she got it. Okay, took a little hike here. Try and find some new obstacles I haven't tried before. That's not the one I'm talking about, but apparently that was something I wasn't watching for. Try and get squared up to this wall. Bump our way up. Nice little save. Okay, I just need this thing to stick, and then we're going to get into a technical climb at the top of this climb. Alright, after way too many tries, I'm just going to take the bypass, work our way up this, and it doesn't really set us up well for the next obstacle, so we're going to see if we can squeak our way over here. That's a crazy little formation in there. Goes in there like 6 inches. I don't know how that got all hollowed out like it is. Back end's falling off. Front end is sticking though, so hopefully that helps us. Right on. I'm probably going to work that passenger rear along the front side of that edge and intentionally slip it. Then we'll turn across that gap, pull the front end up. It's going to put a lot of pressure on that driver rear, which help us slip around. Now the driver rear is loaded up, so it doesn't want to climb the passenger front. Need to lighten up the load on it. It's just skipping along. So this is really important stuff to pay attention to, guys, when you're out there trying to figure out an obstacle, is watching which shock has more pressure on it, which tire does. Because if it has more pressure on it, it doesn't want to climb stuff. It needs a certain amount of pressure to get the traction. But there's a limit. Now I'm just bellying out on that. There we go, worked our rear end further over. So now that tire has less pressure on it. Now I'm just trying to work the front end, but the rear end slipped over again. This is a challenging spot. I like this. Just slowly picking away at it. Maybe we could try and swing it around further. Get that hook, which we did, but now our back tire's in a hole, which is bad. Let's see if this Capra can get up this. This is a super interesting climb. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the tire high on the wall or not. I don't think it's gonna stick if I try that right there. Just give it a little bump. Just a little momentum. Now let's get the front end up. That rear end should follow suit or tip us over, either way. There we go. Okay, now this is a cool part. It's got like a 4-inch wide channel through the middle of this. So you gotta get your tire placement just right. Like always, that's always the case, isn't it? So we're gonna run higher up there, which our back driver's in a hole, so this is going to try and flip us. Okay, now we're way offline. Let's come back down. Let's work our truck higher up first before we start to try this climb, so the rear end has more on the rock before it starts to slip. Try to dig, it didn't click. Okay, come on. Now we got the rear axle where we want it. Nice and high on that wall. I wish I could get this thing in a dig to pull that front end up before the rear tires start spinning. It's not working, and now we lost our positioning on our rear axle. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed me pushing the limits on the Axial Capra. Hit the affiliate links and the links down to my friends down below. I would greatly appreciate anything purchased through there. It helps support the channel. We may or may not see this thing ever again. All right guys, we'll see you in the next one. Keep the rubber side down.